Does that mean we're going?
Yeah.
And action!
Action! Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. I have a special guest, my bestie, Bekah. Or Bekah. Bekah. We are doing a video today and we're just going to talk about our friendship because who doesn't love us? I mean,
Instead of LDR, LDF.
yes.
Long distance friendships.
Because she lives in California. She recently moved there 6 months ago.
We're good.
I think communication's like the biggest thing.
Yeah, for sure. We FaceTime.
We sound like a married couple.
No,
Communication is the biggest key to the best friendship.
It really is, though.
No.
No, 'cause I think that's why we've been able to stay so strong. Like, when I come here to visit, we know everything that's going on in each other's lives. It's not like we have to fill each other in on details.
And then it's like us constantly like trying to catch up with each other.
Yeah.
Which can be really annoying.
It's at least once a week where we, like, do our FaceTime.
One of us is venting to another.
For real, we're always pissed at our significant others.
Or just like mad at someone or like just mad about life and then
For
we're
real.
just like having to vent for each other to each
Yeah,
other.
like we text each other and we are like, "Are you busy? Like, can I call you?"
I know,
At
right?
least once a week. I'm like, "Listen to me vent."
I know, right?
Yeah, I think that's definitely the most important
It's
thing.
been
It's
plus
just been
like
hard.
we're real with each other. Like we don't BS.
Well, true. Like when I ask, like, "Oh, okay, be honest with me. Like,
Yeah.
is it my fault?
am I
or-
overreacting? Like, do I just need to like shut up and get over it,
Mhm.
or and then I'll be like, yeah, shut up, get over it. No, I'm kidding.
I'm usually right. So
I
keep
think
in contact because there's other friends that I have that don't live near me
Mhm.
and we don't talk like like we do.
it's not the same.
We make time for each other. Well, we always have, but like
For like in my eyes, like if you make time for me, I'm gonna make time for you.
Yeah.
And like the biggest thing is like we both like equally make time for each other, and I think that's like made like a huge difference.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I think our friendship is pretty close to like a relationship without any intimacy.
yeah, we're
We
good.
talk to each other about things that you don't really like talk to people about.
But we're real. Like, who cares? Because it's like, do you like? Everyone has to have like that one person, like, and it can't be your significant other.
No.
Like, it has to be like a girlfriend, boyfriend, like
For real.
whatever. Like, it's got to be someone.
For real. Like Danny and I are very open with each other. Like with
And so are
gross things,
Chris
but
and I.
we talk to each other about things that you're just like, okay.
like, all right, whatever. But we don't judge each
I
other
know,
for
like,
it.
I don't even notice it. Like, I think we'll be, like, FaceTiming, and I'll be like, okay, hold on, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Like, yeah. I'll be
I'm
like,
on the toilet.
or, like, it's like facing the ceiling. Don't mind me, I'm going pee. Like, it's fine.
Hey, just stay right there. I'll be right back.
My hair's sink. I gotta wash my hands really quick. Like,
We've done,
crazy.
like, long distance sort of before, but it was so different.
It's way different now.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was thinking about, like, when you were on your way here. Oh my god, I haven't seen you in, like, 6 months. And it's crazy because we've gone, like, even longer without
Mhm.
seeing each other. But I
It's
think,
different.
like, it's because we've grown so much, like, as
Mhm.
personal people. Like, and we talk, like, way more
Mhm.
now. Like, when...
Than we did when I moved away.
Yeah. And I think that's made, like, a huge difference. Like, and I think that's why it was so much harder, like,
Yeah.
when you moved. Because I was like...
I know, for real. She cried, like, in front of me, like, oh my god, so she got all sad.
I got all,
and then
like, emotional.
in the moment, like, I got onto the freeway, I was like, oh no! Get essential oils!
Essential oils! I know, whenever, like, people talk to me about, like, essential oils or aromatherapy, I'll be like, oh, my friend Bekah, she introduced me to them. Like, so, when I say that, this is who I'm talking about. Little hippies now, no big deal.
Oh gosh, it's my
No, it's like a
parents' fault.
terrible, like, stereotype.
No, for real. People think that just because you like crystals and
essential
oils that you're supposed to have, like,
or
really
like
hairy
natural
armpits.
products, yeah, and it's like,
Mhm.
no, like, that's not what it means.
I care about myself, and I do shave. I mean, I shave only because my boyfriend probably wouldn't touch me if I didn't shave. And that's important.
We'd
to
be
me.
feeling really bad for Danny. Poor guy.
He
If you're
forced
watching
me
this,
to
Danny.
deodorant. Sorry. I have a really bad thing with deodorant. Like, I don't like wearing deodorant. It's just like, I just don't like it.
But
like,
you don't stink.
There's days where I do.
And girl, I will tell you.
Like, okay.
But I mean, we've been like 6 months. I haven't seen each other.
Yeah, and
but I mean, like, since you've been here, like, you haven't stank. Like,
no,
I'm
because Danny forced me to buy a new deodorant.
but
If
like,
you are watching this, Danny, you know I'm right. And so like
what
the other
makes
day,
you not like? Why do you not like wearing deodorant?
because it makes me feel weird. Okay, like, do you ever put on deodorant and then your armpits, like, you feel sticky, first of all? And then, like, if you put on, like, powdered smelling deodorant, like, if you're starting to sweat, or you're like, I smell like
Sometimes it
baby
makes me
ass.
feel more baby ass.
Like powdered ass.
Sometimes it makes me feel like more sweaty or sticky.
Same.
Like, so I feel like whenever, like, after I take a shower, I have to, like, you know, like,
I can't put
air
it
the
on right
pits
afterwards.
out,
My
like-
armpits have to be like completely dry before I put anything on them,
Yeah.
and then I just don't do it because I don't want to.
Mhm.
But like the other day, Danny and I were like driving around, and I had been sweating because it was really hot there, and I was just like, oh my god, and I was like, do I stink? And like I was driving, and he was sitting in the passenger seat, and I was like, dude, tell me if I stink, like just kind of like wave my armpit, and he's like, I didn't want to tell you for the past couple hours. I stunk so bad because I'd been like running around all day, and like
Yeah.
we'd been like talking about California, so I get like anxiety and I start sweating. But hey, that's a good man when he lets you.
Yeah.
He walks with you around in public
And
while you
not
fucking stink.
shame.
I have like really sensitive armpits too. Like I have to use like
I
sensitive.
have
shaving
sensitive.
Like,
Wake up!
to wake up.
You got an alarm for 12 o'clock to wake up.
I was like, I can't.
Single life. Like, that must be nice. Like,
Only for the last 4 days.
get pretty good sleep, though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the kids' sleeping pattern hasn't been the greatest the last couple days, but, I mean, otherwise, though, I've been getting pretty good sleep.
I feel like if we wouldn't have drank wine the other night and went to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning, I would have like.
because it's like, I never do that.
I
So it's
know.
like, it was
Yeah,
nice.
it
It
was
was fun.
It was worth it, and I did not take a nap yesterday, so I
Me
slept for
neither.
like a good 12 hours last night.
That's me.
I don't know if anyone knows the story of how Amy and I became friends. It is probably like the beginning is the most awkward part. Like, oh my god, we did not like each other. Well, it wasn't that I didn't like you.
I was just kind of like, eh.
I was
like-
just like, I was like,
Because we were forced to meet. So it
Yeah.
was like so awkward.
Yeah, like so we moved. My parents moved from California. I moved up here with them, and we lived in a house. And Amy lived
Like, right down the
like
street.
2 houses diagonal. So like I could see her house from my bedroom window. And then our landlord
It's like a
lived-
family friend of
of
ours.
hers. And was my parents' landlord, and they lived right behind my parents. So my parents and the landlord talked, and they're like, "Oh my god, like there's this family and I have a daughter the same age as you." And
I remember my mom was like, "You should meet this girl right down the street," and I was like, "Mom, no."
I was like, "Oh, you make me look like a loser."
I know. I was like,
friends.
"Mom, I'll just see her at school." Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
It was weird. Like I did not want to meet, but we did. And okay, I think it would have been easier, like if
you.
we were able to like talk to each other like without anyone there, like
So-
everyone like sitting there.
Yes.
With the landlord. Yeah, like what are we talking about? Like
I think I was wearing my Subway uniform because I had to go to work.
Mhm.
And I was just kind of like, okay. And then I think at one point, like, she had went and, like, got us some water. And we're just like,
So
and
yeah.
I remember my mom was like, how did it go? And I was like, yeah, no. Like, it was just weird. And
Yeah, it's never gonna
I
happen.
doubt that her and I are going to talk ever again.
For real. Like I think we didn't for a while. Like we started school together. I ended up making friends.
Mhm.
And we like completely went separate ways until we had art class together. And then once we had art class together, it was just like
we were inseparable since.
basically all downhill from there. I was like, she's
God.
actually really cool. Like
I
we could talk about
know.
things together. It was
I called you Sarah, and then they asked me, is Amy short for Amelia?
and I'm like, oh yeah. And then I've ever since then I'm like in my phone, her name is Amelia. And it's not even her real name.
No.
Like, her name is Amy.
Not Amelia.
My Amelia.
Which, Amelia, don't get me wrong, like, that name's pretty,
Mhm.
but, I mean, that's not short for
Yeah.
Amy.
No. On her birth certificate it says Amy. I think back to how we met. I'm like, this is so weird.
It's so crazy. And then seeing who we are now,
Yeah.
like, seeing how we were, like, in high school, like, we've grown so much.
For real. Okay, like that picture. There's this picture she sent me yesterday.
yeah.
It's from 2013.
Like, look at our little baby faces compared to now.
I know.
I'm like, oh, gotta work on this double chin going on. Like, keep my chin up.
It's like we look the same, but we've grown, and
Yeah.
I think because our personalities have grown so
Mhm.
much too. Like we've bettered ourselves.
Well, and I'm, like, extremely thankful that, like, I met you because I was, like, a very shy, quiet, like, timid person in
not.
high school. Like, so it was just kind of, like, I'm so glad that we met because it's, like, you brought that other side of me that, like, has always, like, wanted to come out. In high school, like, I would have never have just been, like, who cares what people think? Like, I'm
Yeah.
happy and I'm having fun. Like,
yeah,
and
we had a
then-
lot of
oh
fun.
my God, yeah, we did.
We
But,
had a lot of fun.
and we still do.
I know. We had like our wild moments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which was, we were talking about that yesterday. Like, oh, I'm so glad I did the things I did because, like,
But it's made us who we are today.
we were like attached at the hip in high school. And, like, when she left to California for, like, a week, people were, like, making fun of me. Like, oh, like, are you having separation anxiety? I'm like, actually, if we're being honest, yeah.
Yeah.
What am I doing with myself? Like, what do? I go home and I lay there, and I'm like, come home.
That's how I feel now that you're not here. So thank you, Danny, for talking.
Thank you, Danny, for convincing me. Even though you should have came with me.
I know. But that's okay. We got some girl time.
I've seen you go through things, and you've seen me, like, go downhill.
But it's all, like, been so for, like, I don't know, it's all been for the better. I mean, us as human beings, it's so easy to judge people, but, like, it's like they don't really know you. Like, every story has its scars. Like, I think I heard that's an Adele lyric. One.
Just in case you want to know what song that's from.
I know. So I'm not taking that for my own. Like, but I was listening to that when I was on my walk. I was listening to one of her songs, and she said every story has its scars. I'm like, yes, like, because it's true. Because it's like everyone has gone through like a lot, and I mean, especially like you've gone through.
Well, people that like knew me when I was like, it was towards the end of senior year. Like, Amy and I didn't really even hang out for a little.
We got a little distant for a little bit.
We separated because I was going one direction and she was going, like, in a better direction. And Bedford's not good for people that, like, you can't stick around here if you're gonna, like, go that direction. No. It's bad. But, like, we didn't really hang out with each other. Like, yeah, it was weird. But I remember when I got into my car accident, which, like, was the whole reason I, like, changed my life. She was the first person at my house. Yeah. Like, that morning, I wasn't even awake. I was sleeping, and she sat there with my mom and, like, talked in, like, the first person. And that's what
I'm gonna cry. You're gonna make me cry.
I was like, that is, like, my best friend.
Well,
like,
because it's,
only person.
Like, I remember getting a text in the middle of the night, like, oh, my God, Becca's in the hospital. I'm just, like, I freaked out because it was, like, oh, my God, like, even though we haven't talked in forever, like, I had this urge, like, I need to go see if she's okay. Like, I need to be there for her. And it's, like, I'm so glad that I did.
We, like, always have had that connection.
Yeah.
Like, no matter if me in California and her in Oregon.
The distance, like, we were always, like, it's, like, we somehow knew, like, if one was going through something, to be there for each other.
Like, even, like, little tweets, like, someone will tweet something, and nobody knows what it means, but, like, we'll know what it means.
Yeah.
Like, and I'll text her, like, tweet. Like, see, like, I remember just, like, thinking to myself, like, holy shit, like, I know who my real friends are, especially when you get into a situation where it's, like, life-changing.
And it's hard that you had to find out. I mean, in a way that we both had to find out that way, because it's, like, especially when I found out, like, that you were hurt, like, that, like, hurt me, and I was just like, oh my God, like, if we were close still, like, that wouldn't have happened. Because you always have that one friend that, like, helps, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
But
I
at the
didn't
same
have that
time,
in that moment.
it's good, though, because it's, like, it's really made you the better person that you are today, and me, like.
Yeah. My mom asked me yesterday, like, how old are you?
I forget how old I am.
What do you mean, how
I'll
old
be like,
am I?
I'll ask Chris, like, am I turning 23 or am I turning 24?
I know. My mom's like, when did you graduate? I'm like, I've graduated. It's going to be 6 years. 6 years?
Wait, will it be 6 years? 2011 or when did we
graduate? So 5 years. 11? So 5th.
We don't even know when we graduated. That's
okay,
been
so
that long.
5 years.
It's been 5 years.
5 years.
When do we have, like, a reunion and stuff?
10 years?
Is it 10 years? Like, who puts that together? Like, do we have to?
Does Creator do that? If anyone knows, let us know. Because
comment down below.
We're gonna show up together.
Yeah, well.
5 more years.
Weird.
I wonder if I'll have a baby.
I could totally picture you, like, being a mommy. It's a total game changer.
For real.
But it's all for the good. It's amazing.
No babies yet.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's like the downfall. Everyone says, like, oh, enjoy it now while you can. And it's like, you can still enjoy so much. Like,
as a parent,
after having kids and being a mom.
It's like a different enjoyment.
Yes. Like, yes, it's different, but that's what makes it so much better. Like, and, like, yes, it's hard because, you know, you don't have as much time, like, by yourself, like, with your spouse or, like, with your girlfriends and stuff, but you make time for it. Exactly. And so many people say, like, well, I have kids, or, you know, bring the kids with you. For like, real. Don't let that be, like, a homebody, because it's, like, that's one thing I have changed tremendously, like, within the last, like, 6 months. Like, I'm out, like, every day with the kids. Like, I mean, of course, like, these last couple days, they've been home with Chris. Thank you, Chris, for watching the kids. So, I can have some of my girl time. So, yeah. Because usually, I mean, I bring them everywhere with me. And so, And I think that's helped too for them because it's like they start getting cranky too, like when they're like being home. Like it's just like that feeling.
You shouldn't
like,
be like
out
getting
getting fresh air.
Yeah. They are like the best babies.
They never fuss. Like, and if they do fuss, it's either because they got a dirty diaper or they need a nap or they're hungry. And so it's like wherever I go places, I make sure I have snacks. I make sure I have like water, milk. Like I make sure I come prepared because it's like. It just makes a big difference, like, in the world. So,
but if you've hung out with her and her babies, you know that they're good babies. They're hungry.
They're such little angels.
They're
like,
so
I love
cute.
them.
I love them. I think that part of the reason why I want kids so bad is one, because of, like, I found, like, my soulmate. But two, because, like, I got to experience your babies. Like,
I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
I'm blessed.
I'm blessed.
On having twins.
Yep. So.
Yeah, and that'll be quite the experience.
Yeah. Ow! 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 Meow! Catterday! I realized I did #Catterday, but I was like, oh, when I posted our Instagram picture.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Thursday.
I was like,
oh my god.
Thursday, Thursday. Wait. Thursday.
What could today be? Catteray.
Friday.
Friday. Catteray.
This is what we do. Like,
it could be Catterday, but
Catterday.
But then that's like Saturday too. So Catterday. It's like.
But Catterday is like Saturday, but Catterday is like Friday.
Cat day. Cataday.
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 People are like, what the fuck is wrong with
We're sober. This is just coffee. Like, we're not. I am a mother. We live it up, man. We have fun.
Yeah,
like, that's what it's about.
I know. Like, when she came over to my house to pick me up on Wednesday, I already had a few drinks with my parents, and my parents were upstairs, and we met at the door, and we're, like, screaming, I know. And then my parents are like, all we can hear is two cackling hens. But they just know. They, like, are prepared for it. Like, we're loud, and we're
I'm
weird.
their favorite.
Yeah, duh. They always loved Amy. I mean, they love some of my other friends if you're watching, but not as much.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Well, Sandra. They like Sandra and Amy.
Oh, okay.
So. Well. And Danny.
But I'm here, so.
Yeah, but you're here in Oregon.
Number one!
This is us.
Yeah.
This is us.
Which is amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thumbs up if you guys think this video was awesome and you want to see more like it. Like it, love it, yes, 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 yes. Click the subscribe button to get notifications when I post videos. Stay tuned for the next one.
Later.
Bye. 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 Bye.